Okay, hello everyone. My name is Hilmy Ahmad and today I'm going to share what I have learned from three different podcast episode I listened to in our extensive listening class. This final presentation is a reflection of my listening journey throughout the course. I will talk about the 3 point of the podcast. The first one is word of mouth, and the second is the analysis, and the last is business daily. And explain what I learned from each of them. All right, guys. The first one, the podcast that I have learned is word of mouth. The first podcast I listened to word of mouth is the little of the episode was the language is of lying. The main theme was about how people lie and how language reveal these lies. One of the key points discussed was how people often use distracting language and when they are not telling the truth. I found it interesting that the speaker explained how small word choice and ripple deeper meanings. Uh, so from this episode, I learned to pay attention to how language reflects psychology and behavior. This podcast helped me improve my listening skills by exposing me to yes natural conversation and rich of vocabulary related to language and communication, of course. Okay, the next one is the analysis. The second podcast I was choose was the analysis. The episode I listened to was title uh, is green energy really green, and it focused on the challenges behind renewable energy course. Some of the arguments presented that were about hidden costs of the producing solar panels and wind turbines. I was surprised to learn that some green energy production still relies on new non-renewable resources. This episode helped me understand more about environment and political issue behind energy policy. It also challenged me to listen carefully and to different accent of viewpoint. Throughout this podcast, I practiced listening to detailed explanation and I learned to take better notes while listening. All right, and the next is the last podcast that I have learned that I have listened. The third podcast I listened to was Burley Business Daily. The episode was titled "Why Are Coffee Prices Rising?" and it discussed the global coffee market and how climate change, supply chains, and inflation are affecting prices. One of the key takeaways from this episode was how weather patterns in Brazil, one of the biggest coffee producers, impact the global prices. I found it valuable because it gave me insight into the real world business issue. This episode helped me improve my ability to follow fast paced speech and understand business related vocabulary. Uh, Listening to this kind of content is made me more confident in dealing with a professional topic in English, of course. So guys, then we were going to the conclusion. So to conclude, listening to these three topics or three podcasts has improved both my listening skills and my critical thinking. I have become more confident in understanding different accent, vocabulary, and complex ideas in English. This course taught me how to enjoy listening to English content and learn from it actively. Thank you for your listening to my presentation. I hope you found it in informative information. All right. See you in the next time. Bye bye.